What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, we are going to talk about Spider-Man No Way Home's post-credit scene with Venom in it, and where I think that this could possibly lead for Tom Holland and possibly Tom Hardy to actually do their Venom team up that Tom Hardy so passionately wants to get done. Guys, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and let's go ahead and jump straight on into it. Now, there will be spoilers in this video for the post-credit scene of Spider-Man No Way Home. Just in case you hadn't seen it, you have the opportunity now to go ahead and click off this video. I appreciate you for coming by. Be sure to like it, but if you aren't too worried about spoilers, let's go ahead and jump right on into it. Now, we know that from Venom Let There Be Carnage, the post-credit scene in that movie saw Venom teleported into the MCU, where Venom took an interest in Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Now, also in Venom Let There Be Carnage, Venom was telling Eddie that the Venom symbiote has a collective hive mind of knowledge across multiple universes. Keep that in mind. Now, at the end of Spider-Man's No Way Home post-credit scene, we catch up with Eddie Brock again, but he's in a bar and he's talking to the bartender and he's pretty much getting knowledge on what's been happening in the MCU as far as with finding out about Iron Man. He talks about the guy in a tin suit. He talks about the big green guy with anger issues named the Hulk. And Venom was like, well, dang, yeah, I thought Lethal Protector was a bad name. You know what I'm saying? You thought Lethal Protector was a bad name when you mentioned Hulk. And just everything else that's been going on in the MCU. So at that moment, after Eddie feels he's just had enough, it was like, well, you know what? I guess I'm go ahead and go to New York and see about meeting this Spider-Man character. He stands up and he stretches his arms out and whatnot because Venom's in his ear talking about, hey, I don't think we should go to New York. I think we should go skinny dipping and stuff like that. And, typical banter between Eddie and Venom. And just as this happens, Eddie starts to glow as a result of Doctor Strange's spell at the end of the movie. His spell to make anybody who knows Spider-Man is Peter Parker forget. Well, that spell takes effect on Venom and he is transported back to his universe, we can only assume. But before he left, when he was gone, as he left, if you will, however you want to say it, after he was gone, if you look back down at the bar as the camera did, and a piece of the Venom symbiote was still in the MCU. Now, this is what I mean. This is where we go and we talk about the future implications of the symbiote being in the MCU, and what it could mean for a possible team up for Tom Hardy and Tom Holland to bring Venom and Spider-Man to the MCU on the same screen together. Because I know that's pretty much the last thing that any Spider-Man fan would want to see right now. If not the next thing any Spider-Man fan will want to see them do in the MCU right now. Given the events at the end of No Way Home, Peter's pretty much all alone. He's by himself. He's reestablishing himself as Spider-Man. People still know of Spider-Man. He's just continuing to do daily with everything he knows, but since his appearance in the MCU up till this moment and is No Way Home, he's going to take it all and he's going to be a better superhero. And I can't wait to see that. He's also going to attempt to live his normal life as well. You know what I'm saying? So he will be going to college, I'm sure, because at the end of the movie, if you notice, he had GED testing, stuff like that. I mean, Peter's smart. He's going to ace this shit. He's going to be right back where he needs to be, right? So I think that the next Spider-Man movie or the next set of Spider-Man movies will take place over the course of Peter's college years. You know what I'm saying? Now, that's a story that I think I can remember only one animated show covered back in the day, and that was the one that came on MTV, I believe, the Spider-Man show that came on MTV. Peter was in college with Mary Jane and his best friend, and yeah, I think that they'll take that deal. But I also believe that as far as the Venom symbiote goes, that's going to happen. That's going to happen with the MCU's version of Eddie Brock. Hear me out. It's clear that Venom is Sony, strictly Sony character. They've been making movies of them. They got their second movie. They might end up making another one. And they've been quite hesitant to, I guess you would say, loan Venom to the Spider into the MCU, to Marvel Studios, because come on, look at what they did with Spider-Man. It started off slow, but look where we are now. You know, the MCU is big. They go big and they go strong when it comes to dealing with these characters and telling these stories. And I believe that they will, in some turn and somehow, some way, manage to make, because I believe, and I still believe, and maybe I'll do another video on it, and maybe I'll talk about it just a little bit in this video, but the multiverses are aware of each other now. You know what I'm saying? At first, according to Raimi's Spider-Man and the Amazing Spider-Mans with Garfield, they didn't know anything. In Amazing Spider-Man Garfield, he had ideas and hints that it might exist. Raimi, on the other hand, they didn't. So all of these heroes, these two heroes, Spider-Man, and all these villains were confused and in awe, because they're all scientists nonetheless, and they're in awe of the fact that of multiple realities where technology is far superior, and they possibly have a doppelganger somewhere out there. Now, we've never heard much of an Oscorp or whatnot, much about Oscorp in the MCU or whatever. It's just mostly been Stark Industries, Hammer Tech, and all that stuff. But you know, Oscorp and Stark Industries are pretty much like fucking LexCorp and Wayne Industries. You know what I'm saying? You can't have them you can't not have them in the same reality at some point. You know what I mean? So what if we follow that same story of Peter Parker in his college years takes up a side job at the Daily Bugle, taking pictures of Spider-Man and whatnot, making good money. You know what I'm saying? Making a living, taking stories. And then he comes young Eddie Brock, you know what I'm saying, in the same position. And they meet in school. They got competitive beef because they both doing the same thing, trying to be a journalist. And somehow a overseas student from wherever Eddie Brock was in the cutscenes manages to get the symbiote in him, comes to where the MIT where Peter might end up at, because MJ and Ned gonna have to play a part in this movie as well. You know what I'm saying? And boom, here we have Venom on campus with Spider-Man and Eddie Brock, and it's all just gonna work itself out. It's all gonna fucking make things work, and it's gonna all come to. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think that's where we could be headed with the Venom symbiote in the MCU. And there are other things that the Venom symbiote could other problems that the Venom symbiote could dredge up, because we've also had stories where Venom has taken over heroes. You know what I'm saying? And whatnot. The symbiote wars, or whatever the hell you want to call them. We already got the secret wars coming in. We might have the Iron Man wars coming, the Iron Wars coming in, whatever it's called. Why not have the Venom symbiote issue on the horizon as well? You know what I'm saying? So, guys, that's my theory about what's going to happen with Spider-Man, given all the events that took place in the post-credit scene. Let me know what you think down below in the comments for the future of a Venom and Spider-Man crossover with Tom Hardy's playing an MCU version of Eddie Brock, if that's what the fans want. Or do you think they should cast a different person, since it's not completely Venom that's the symbiote is? It's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not that Sony versus Venom. It'll be the MCU's Venom, and it's just a piece of them. And we know that pieces of Venom don't actually share Venom's personality. So What do you think? Let me know down in the comments, guys. If you enjoyed the video, I'm your man, Bearded Beanie Brother. I enjoy doing this for you and talking comics is what I love. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to share this with your people and let me know what's going down, what you think your theory is. And if you hadn't seen the movie, I'm sorry, but it was a good movie. You need to get out and go check it out, man. But y'all take it easy, guys. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and we getting ready to move into 2022. Let's just keep it rolling strong. You know what I'm saying? Y'all take it easy. Peace.